Emmy is a teacher living with her son Enzo in an unnamed town. She is also an election worker who monitors the voting process held in her school, which becomes a polling station during the 2007 elections. The campaign is marred by killings and ballot snatching by a gang led by MIGs, as well as vote buying for the mayoralty race, which is contested by Adrenaline, a former actor campaigning on a change platform, and the corrupt incumbent, Hidalgo, who owns multiple businesses and mistreats her employees, among them Emmy's friends. The election is tightly fought, with only the results from Emmy's precinct uncounted. A Comlec representative appears at the school and asks for escorts to transport the ballot box containing the results to the governor. Emmy volunteers and is joined by a colleague, Wax. Before leaving, the principal handcuffs Emmy to the ballot box to protect the votes inside. Along the way, the Comlec man tries to bribe them to surrender the box, but the two refuse. The man then pulls out a gun and shoots at Emmy, who shields herself with the box before bludgeoning the Comlec man to death with it. However, Wax is mortally wounded after being shot during the scuffle and tells Emmy to escape. Emmy hides in the back of a passing truck, but later flees into the forest after overhearing police at a checkpoint telling the driver to stay silent over Wax and the Comlec man's deaths. Emmy phones Enzo, who is with her cousin Melissa and her son Jimbo. Two policemen, Morales and Pastor, arrive and arrest Enzo, who hides his phone. In prison, the officers tell Enzo that Emmy is the suspect in Wax and the Comlec man's deaths. Jimbo follows Enzo to the police station, but is captured and held hostage along with Melissa by Mix, who demands Emmy reveal her whereabouts. As Emmy phones her location, Jimbo stabs Mix, who then shoots him and Melissa dead as Emmy listens. At their rendezvous, Emmy stabs Mix in the neck with a pen and pushes him down a slope to his death. As Pastor and Morales transport Enzo, Pastor discovers Enzo's phone, prompting him to stage Enzo's mock execution while calling Emmy to overhear the event. However, Morales kills Pastor when he attempts to summarily execute Enzo on false charges. Morales rescues Enzo and reveals that he is indebted to Emmy, his former teacher, for accepting him as gay. However, he reveals that he doesn't know who he is taking orders from. Emmy, believing Hidalgo to be responsible for the ballot snatching, seeks help from Adrenaline at his estate, but realizes that he orchestrated the incident after he tries to bribe her to surrender the box. Emmy discreetly warns Enzo as she flatters Adrenaline to buy time. Knowing that Hidalgo is just as corrupt as her opponent, Enzo and Morales mobilize the community against Adrenaline, despite their resentment against Hidalgo. They storm Adrenaline's estate and rescue Emmy just as Adrenaline sees through her ruse and prepares to kill her. As Adrenaline is led away after being arrested by Morales, Hidalgo arrives to express her appreciation to Emmy for securing the ballot box, whose results guarantee her re-election. However, Emmy reveals her contempt for both Hidalgo and Adrenaline and demands that Hidalgo treat her employees fairly in exchange for her certifying that no voter fraud had occurred. Hidalgo reluctantly complies. At the next election, Hidalgo is suspended for corruption while an imprisoned Adrenaline runs again facing Emmy's friend Babe for the mayorship. As voting concludes, Emmy, now a school principal who reprises her role as an election worker, curses in frustration at the state of politics in the country.